do a message in my car. I actually need to do something right now. But before I do it, I feel like I need to do this before I don't want to say I'll forget, but it literally hit me, okay? Another spiritual download, and when these hit me, I have to do a video right away. So here it is. This is the message, you guys. This may apply to some of you. It may not apply to all of you. Like I said, be mindful that these spiritual messages, they come through when they need to come through. Some of them will apply to some of you. Some of them won't apply to you yet. Some of them won't apply to you at all. Follow and trust your heart and use your discernment and trust what's in your heart if this message is for you or not, okay? Some of you are going through this right now. Some of you, this is coming up. Some of you, you just, maybe some of you just came out of this, but here it is. Some of you are resisting change, but change is inevitable, okay? It is needed in your current situation, and it's going to happen, I feel like, regardless if you want it to or not. However, I feel like you guys are dragging your behinds on this. Okay, you're dragging your feet on this inevitable change. Now, I got a feeling for somebody out there, it's completely your choice if you make this change or not. However, it's like you're delaying your blessings. You're delaying something good happening to you or occurring to you or being blessed with something, okay? Because you're delaying this change. And for whoever this is a choice. It's like, you either are going to, it's like one of those things where you don't get to know. I feel like for somebody, you don't get to know how momentous, how beautiful, and how wonderful this change will be for you, and what kind of blessing truly it will be. Whereas some of you, you already know. You just don't want to take the risk or the chance because I don't want to say you're being a coward or that you're being scared, but I feel like you're operating out of fear. For some of you, others of you, it's literally you operating out of a sort of laziness, a complacency, that you're sitting in that kind of energy. For many of you, though, you're just resisting the change, and it's because you're comfortable where you're at, but you're too comfortable where you're at, and you are, because it's not everything that you want entirely. Some things may be good for you where you're at, but you could stand to do better, or you deserve better, or there is better waiting for you elsewhere. Some of you just don't want to have to put forth the effort and the energy or even the consistency that it will require, or you don't want to have to pay the price or swap something out for something better, because you just don't feel like, you don't want to do it. And like I said, it comes from I don't like calling people lazy or anything like that. Let me move up into this other parking spot. I don't have a problem moving up to this better parking spot because it's going to make it easier for me. Anyway, yeah, back to the message. I felt like that related, but back to the message. You guys, there's an old saying, anything that is worth it is worth going through the changes. Literally. If you want the true blessing or the best blessing or the best possibility for yourself, stop thinking it's going to occur or happen for you where you're presently at, where you've been comfortable, or some of you have been uncomfortable half of the time in your situations because like I said, there's a hassle that you're incurring where you're at. And though, like I said, you may feel stable and secure where you at, for some of you, you may not be making enough money where you're at in terms of your job or your career. Some of you, you may not be, your home may not feel like home to you, or you don't like the area you live, or you just want something better, or you want to live in a better area or a better home. Some of you, you just, you want change in your life. Like you're sick of everything being the same. You want excitement, or you want something different because maybe your environment just doesn't feel the way you want it to, or you're just not thrilled in your life. Or some of you want love, but you're looking for it exactly in the same places or where you've been already, or where you're at. Or some of you are expecting this beautiful love to fall right into your lap without having to make any changes, any sacrifices, or put forth any effort. Really. Some of you expect the same thing. You want better money. You want a better job, better career. You want more freedom in your life. You want more excitement in your life. You want this. You want that. Some of you want love. Like I said, whatever it is you want the love of your life. Some of you want whatever it is. Some of you may want all these things, but you're expecting these wonderful things to happen to you where you're at. And you've been in the same place for a long time and you have not found what it is that you truly desire or want. Some of you may have found what it is that you think you want, but you're not willing to go get it. Simply because it requires real effort, real energy, real time, real, change. Changes in you, changes in your environment, changes in your location, changes in your scenery, changes in your habits, changes in your job, changes in your home, whatever it is, changes in your life period overall. There's something you won't let go in order to gain something else better. Or there's something you won't put the effort towards. Or there's something you won't make the move towards because it's going to require you to do something that you don't want to do, which is you want to sit there where you at, absolutely complacent and comfortable, saying, well, I got things good where I'm at. I'm fine. I can find whatever else I'm looking for here. No, you're probably not. If you do, you're probably going to settle for less than what it is you actually want, who you want, or what may actually be better for you. Some of you expect everything to fall in line in your hands, in your lap, in your life perfectly. You want great love, but you won't work towards it. You want a great job and career and money, but you won't work towards it. You literally think, oh, well, what God has for me, it's going to happen for me, and it's going to show up and arrive at my doorstep, or in my lap or in my hand perfectly. And I won't have to make any changes. I won't have to make any improvements. I won't have to put forth any effort. I won't have to be consistent. None of that. And you know what? I can't speak for God, but you literally are clowning yourself, or you are literally playing yourself, or you're cheating yourself. Simply because you won't do the work, you won't put in the effort, or you're too busy being complacent and comfortable where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Get off your behind, do what it is you need to do. And stop being arrogant. Some of you, I feel like you're arrogant. Or some of you have a narcissism about you, or you literally think the world revolves around you. And some of you, I feel like you misunderstand the law of attraction. You literally think whatever you want has to come to you all the time. What you don't understand about the law of attraction is the law of attraction also requires you, when you manifest, to move. To put forth effort, to put in energy, to put out energy, to actually make a move, to make a choice, to make a decision, and step out, take a chance, and take action, do something. Because the moment you do it is the moment, the very thing you've been wanting to happen or looking for, bam, there it is. The universe was literally just waiting for you to step up to the plate and get it. Reach for it, or open your door so you can get it. Some of you too lazy to get off your butt and open up your door so that the blessings you've been praying for or manifesting can come right on in. What you want, you expect the universe to break your door down trying to give it to you? You expect God to bust your door down trying to give it to you? The buzz butt trying to give it to you? No. If you don't want it, then stay exactly where you at, being complacent, sitting on your behind, and feeling like everything has to come to you. Some of you won't compromise. You literally feel like everything has to be your way, the way you want it, the way you see it, the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like everything has to cater to you. That's not living according to what you're trying to attract. You have to be the energy you want to attract. And that's not stubborn, stiff, stale energy. You know what I'm saying? That's not that kind of energy. You can't attract all the best things in life or all the wonderful things in life or what you truly want by being stubborn, by being stiff as a mule, by just literally being inflexible and unwilling to grow, change, move, act, or anything. Learn something. You guys, come on. Come on. Get off your behind. Some of you, literally, you want a better job, better money, but you won't go back to school. Get another trade or get a better education or get retrained in something else because you don't want to have to start all over again. Some of you, like I said, you want love, but you think that you're perfect and that you don't have things you need to work on about yourself and that you don't need to put forth any effort or that you don't need to be at least a little compromising. And when I say compromising, we're not talking about you completely compromising all your values and throwing them all out the door just to get somebody or to be with somebody or be agreeable. What I'm talking about here is, and I said weird because this is spirit speaking through me. This is literally like you have to be willing though. If you meet somebody and they check off a lot of the things you want on your box of who you want, or they even have the potential of some of the things that you have on your list of the things that you desire in a partner, they got at least half those things, and then they have potential for the rest of the other half. What are you sitting around acting like, oh no, they don't have everything on the list, they got to be perfect, they got to be perfect, they got to be perfect? No, I'm looking and waiting for the perfect person. I'm looking and waiting for the perfect fantasy. I'm looking and waiting to manifest. I'm manifesting this perfect person. The perfect person could already be right there in front of you, but you're going to miss out on them because you're literally arrogant enough and to some extent willfully ignorant about the law of attraction, manifestation, and understanding when it comes to love. There has to be a willingness to compromise in a healthy way. There has to be a willingness to be agreeable. There has to be a willingness to make an effort. There has to be a willingness to meet halfway. You could have met the love of your life. They way on the other side of the world, but you expecting they gonna be right where you're at in the same country or in the same state or the same city. And you know this person's probably the love of your life, but you sitting here, you waiting for them to come to you, or you waiting for somebody else more local. You keep wondering, where's all the good potential partners at? Whoever God has for you, it's not always going to be exactly where you're at. He expects you to recognize the blessing in whoever it is he sent you, and for you to be willing to get off your behind and go get him. Now, ladies, when I say go get him, don't chase no man down. This is for the men too, but don't chase no man down. Fellas, don't chase no woman down either if it absolutely looks like she's giving you some, I don't know. You guys use your common sense with this, okay? Use your common sense with this. Use your common sense with this, because you got some guys out there chasing women down who, you know, they won't stand a chance. And they think if they keep being persistent that they gonna get her. No. Who's for you, you know, they'll be interested in you as well. You ain't gotta be chasing them down. Ladies, that same thing goes for you. If they're really for you, you ain't gotta chase them down. Okay? You ain't gotta chase them down. Just let people be. You make your interests known. Be sincere, be genuine. Show your good qualities. And if somebody doesn't see your good qualities because they're looking for a fantasy, or they're looking for, like I said, once again, like I said, some people are out here looking for a fantasy. They don't know a good man or a good woman when they're right there in front of them. Some people, they're very uncompromising. They're very unwilling to stretch themselves even in the slightest bit for any kind of blessing. because they literally think it has to show up at their doorstep perfect in some sort of fantasy. Those people are going to be the same people who they're either going to miss out on their blessing, or they're going to have to compromise and settle for someone who truly they're not going to be that happy with. But let people discover that for themselves. But otherwise, you guys, literally, I know there's somebody out there, they just dragging their feet. They're not doing nothing to get nothing they want. They're just being complacent. They're just sitting there waiting for it to fall into their lap and at their doorstep, and they want God to prove it to them, bust their door down and say, here it is, this is for you. No, it ain't gonna happen that way. You have to have some sort of faith. You have to. God ain't giving you nothing without any faith. The universe ain't gonna send you nothing without any faith, and especially not without a little bit of compromise and flexibility. Please don't be rigid. Please don't be stubborn. Please don't be arrogant. Please don't think the world revolves around you. It does not. The world is intertwined with all of us. We're all connected. But your blessings get cut off when you literally think everything is all about you, and you don't consider, well, be open-minded. Don't be closed-minded. Never mind. Be open-minded. And don't underestimate the potential in a situation, or the potential in a person, or the potential in a certain kind of opportunity, whether it's for a job, career, or some other kind of opportunity. Don't be blinded by the need for proof, or by your rigid checklist of things that you think has to be a certain way in order for you to be comfortable with it, or in order for you to know this is for you. Be willing to step out on a little bit of blind faith. I ain't telling you to go quit your job and go all the way across the country or something and do something detrimental if you absolutely cannot afford to do so, especially if you got a family to take care of, or responsibilities or something, people depending on you. However, for the people who are single, don't have any kids, you have a whole lot more wiggle room with that. Okay? You have more wiggle room to take those kind of risks, those kind of chances. Somebody with kids or a family that's dependent on them may not have that same kind of ability to take and step out and, take a chance and risk. Though I have seen people with children do literally step out on faith and take a risk and take a chance to get in a better situation. But usually, though, if you're somebody who's in a tight situation, you have kids or family dependent on you, look for help through others in helping you step out and take a chance on a better blessing without it becoming to a detriment to you or a burden to you. Okay? Pray for God to make a way. Manifest a way. See a way being made, or just at least manifest what you want, but pray about it. I'm big on prayer. Do not exclude God from the conversation. Do not exclude God from the situation. Like I said, some of you don't have any faith in God. You don't believe in God. You just you just all spiritual. Well, guess what? Something created you. You can't tell me you don't believe in a creator. That divine creator, reach out to them. Pray, ask for help, ask for guidance. You believe in your ancestors, ask them for guidance. But you got to believe in something, though. Something more positive, something greater than yourself. Because nobody does it all alone. Period. And there's always a way to be made for positive change, and so that you can go receive your blessings. But please stop sitting on your behinds being complacent, waiting for every blessing you supposed to receive to just drop in your lap or at your front door whenever it's time. Sometimes that will happen. Other times you got to go get your blessings. You got to go get it. You got to work towards it. You got to be willing to compromise a little bit. You got to be willing to be discerning or go on faith, or be willing to work towards it, or be willing to be more flexible. Some of you got to be willing to change your attitude. Some of you got to be willing to, like I said, be the change you seek. Be the energy that you seek. Don't expect everything to be perfect. Don't expect that you're not going to have to do anything for your blessing to appear to you, because it could have already been right in front of your face and you don't even see it because you're determined that nope, this is what I'm looking for and this is how it has to be, and if it doesn't, then blah blah blah. God can see arrogance in people. God can also see people being lazy and complacent. And when God see that, he just sits back and he just wait for you to get tired until you ready to do what it is you need to do to get that blessing. And for some of you, you'll just miss out on that blessing because you wasn't willing to take a chance or put forth any effort. You weren't willing to get past your own personal desires. God's will for you is greater than anything you can imagine for yourself. But it ain't going to always line up to what it is that you want. You want a fantasy, God has a blessing. Blessing and fantasy don't fit even in the same sentence. They don't even go together. Get your minds right, all right? Okay, that's all I have to say. That's the spiritual download. I got that out because I needed to get that out because I said I can't carry on my day until I get it out. You guys, use good common sense with any of these spiritual messages I put out here. Don't do anything that don't make any doggone sense. Don't do anything that's going to be your detriment. Like I said, if you have a feeling of what it is that you know is going to be your blessing, or where it is you need to go seek it, or what it is you need to do, but you don't have a direct way to do it without it causing you harm or detriment, then pray about it and ask for help, and then look for help. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say, because whatever choices you choose to make, it's at your own risk. You literally will be stepping out on faith, but trust in God. But God also expects you to be wise. Okay, God helps those who help themselves. Don't be a fool, but at the same time, don't be a fool by being complacent, okay, and doing absolutely nothing. All right, that's it. Peace. Hit the like button, you guys. Share the videos. If you're not already subscribed, you want to know when other spiritual messages or other videos I'm doing are coming out, please hit the subscription button and the notification bell. And for those of you who are already subscribed, I appreciate you guys. And peace and many blessings.